You lead me any that way? You?
Welcome back, guys.
What's going on, everyone?
What's up, Lisa?
What's up? We're back
Howdy.
here on Pride Outdoor Network.
What's up,
Going on,
world?
Pride Outdoor Nation?
So we got Zach and Sam back. Jeff, how are you doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. You catching fish?
Hardly.
Well,
He'll wait till the last 15 minutes.
I'm just adjusting. We'll say that. No, we got time.
Oh yeah.
I like to see what my teammates doing.
Well, we will do a quick recap of the leaderboard here since we're back to a new broadcast.
I was gonna say, Lisa, you guys missed a couple good ones.
Oh man, that's what happens.
Jeff got to see him.
Okay. Make sure we're up and sharing here. Okay, so we have the Motor City Ambassadors beating the Washington Warhawks 169 to 60 and a half.
Ooh.
Alabama Hammers have 164, and the Indianapolis Knights have 151 and a half. Pennsylvania Bronzebacks has 151 and a half. Rhode Island Rebels 128. Louisiana Hurricanes 102 and a quarter. Arkansas Hogs 69 and a quarter. And then we have the Tar Heel Lunkers with 30 and 3/4, and the Carolina Castors with 14 and 3/4.
I just want to go on record and say that our score there, the Warhawks, I'm not too sure about that right now.
Yeah, I don't like what I see.
Yeah.
Something's fishy.
Something's amiss.
No, there's guys fishing that we know how to fish this lake, and we're just not seeing the fish. So
Yeah.
It is what it is, and we just got to keep doing what we're doing and getting rid of our small ones. The bigger ones
Oh yeah.
seem like they're coming out to play now.
Well, hoping things turn around and bigger ones want to play. So no, that's just it. We're just trying to make adjustments on the water. Wind literally doesn't exist today, which it was supposed to be a little bit more than what it is. Just had some rain run through. Didn't last long. So
Speaking
that was
of that,
nice.
I gotta take this rain jacket off now.
But yeah, we're just making adjustments. Made a few moves and keep grinding.
Well, Zach, you were on top of the leaderboard with 102 and a half inches. It's apparently playtime in my house, so my dogs are acting crazy for some reason.
Well, like I said, when we went off live there, I was actually making a move to a spot that was going to be more of like my mid-morning spot. And we were on our group chat, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to just kind of toss in here. And I had one follow, so I threw it back in, and I don't think the one that followed was the one that hit. I ended up pulling a 17 and a half, and then I threw right back in, and this next cast, I pulled a 19 and a half. And I'm pretty sure that was the one that I saw follow it all the way up, because I knew it was a big one. So, just getting that one on the board, that definitely helps. Like I said, I think we still have a 14 and a half on the board. So, there's no sitting back at this point. I mean, if these fish want to start playing, then that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, y'all have a 14 and a half. It's your smallest.
Yeah, and that's a largemouth, and we don't want largemouth out here on this lake.
I mean, if they bring home a win, I'll take it. But yeah, this is known for smallies out here, so it's simply what we're targeting. So how's the rest of the nation faring? Any
It's
standouts?
tough down here, boys.
Is it?
I was gonna say it seemed like everybody had that rough morning that we had up here.
Yeah.
Just slow start everywhere.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's about to pick up.
Yeah.
The fish
Make for...
wanted to wait to be on camera, on live.
I know, right?
Yeah. Thing is though, I'm sitting out here and like now I'm starting to see there was a little bit of fog this morning, so that might have been why I didn't see a lot of boat traffic. But I only see about 5 bass boats, and like we were talking earlier, there's a 90 boat tournament out here this weekend, and I have yet to see one of these bass boats up here full fish, and they're all sitting about a mile and a half deeper than I am. And I'm surprised that I haven't really seen any of them move up. But there is a really good river channel out there, and there's a good chance that those fish are on the river channel. But I just really haven't seen any of them fighting fish or pulling fish in.
Yeah. There's minimal boats on the lake right now. That kind of tells us something too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people went upriver and downriver, so they're in either Lake Huron or Lake Erie probably, or in the channels themselves, rivers themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tough bite on Claire right now. For 90 boat tournaments and not have boats around you, I've literally had one around me all day so far. That's very unusual.
Yeah, that is definitely crazy.
Yeah, we don't have the ability, nor do we even have the boundary to explore the river too much. So,
well, no sooner I said that, first boat from out in the river channel just made their way up to the flat up here.
they saw your fish.
No, I haven't caught any in
Coming
a
to help
while.
you.
I haven't caught any for about 30 minutes now. I'm getting a little tired.
Okay.
I might take a nap. I'll let you. That looks interesting.
I'm having hard trouble keeping my mic unmuted because I don't know what's wrong with my dogs. They've been the treat, all crazy.
They're trying to find that word that we were talking about earlier to trigger these fish, get them going.
Trying to see where
trying to help us out. My parents used to have a dog that I would go up to their house and they would let him out of the crate, and he's real old golden retriever, and as soon as I would get there, he would go stand on the back porch where my dad keeps their fishing poles, and he would just stand there and look at them like he wanted me to take him down fishing, and I'd go down there on the dock with him, and he would just sit there and want me to catch a bluegill for him. And like every time I went up there, that dog just like, hey, let's go fishing.
Oh, that's cute.
But
So Jeff, looking at your jersey, you're with the Motor City Ambassadors also?
Yes, I am. Fishing out here with Zach. That's why I say I kind of like what I'm seeing. Someone's putting it together.
Y'all are next to each other?
No.
We're probably what, about 7-8 miles apart?
Yeah, he's north end, I'm south end.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a really good practice down here on Wednesday, so my confidence was down here. And I had practiced up there as well, but he had found something different and he was confident with that. And that's the one thing that we did last night sitting at camp. We strategize, like every team out here does. And, all right, well, you go for numbers, you go for size, you go for this, you go for that. And it's really working out where Zach went. So the rest of us are just trying to readjust to what we had in practice. So it's definitely different. So,
Yeah.
I almost made a move, to be honest with you. I was actually fishing with one of the other, with Matt. He's down here with me, and I told him on the phone. I was just like, you know what? I says I'm just we're gonna roll the dice, and I feel like moving. I was like, I don't know about you, and I was like, but I got one spot I have to try across the channel where I caught them on Wednesday, and I went over and I stuck a 19, and I'm like, son of a gun, now I gotta stay. But that's been the only one, and that was a while ago. So, it's been a very slow bite out here.
Nick, how have you been doing since you left us earlier?
So I'm pretty much on the same schedule I was on before. I didn't end up making that move that I thought I was going to make because I got a bite. So since I left the broadcast earlier, I think I have a 16.75 and an 18.5, doing the same thing I was doing this morning. So I'm just trying to repeat the pattern now. I'm losing water here though. The water levels are dropping, and also I'm getting towards the skinnier section of the river, so it's getting harder to move around and find fishable water. But they're still biting, and this overcast conditions that we have are definitely helping the bite extend it past just the early morning. So, what's the score of our game right now? The Bronzebacks and Rhode Island.
The Bronzebacks. Rhode Island has 162 and Pennsylvania has 151.5.
What do we have? 151.5.
Yeah.
Okay. How many fish does Rhode Island have? Do they have their 10?
Yeah, they have 10.
Okay, I think we still have 9 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, y'all have 9.
We have to get that 10 fish here.
Rhode Island has a few 14s.
And is Rhode Island's big still like 18?
Let me see. Yeah. Huh. I said that.
Oh yes.
Right.
Get him, buddy.
Be a bass. Be a bass. I hope it's not a sheep's head. It's fighting like one though. Picked it up square off the bottom. Holy! If this is a bass, it's a big one. Come on, baby. Come on. You take your time.
Yeah, sometimes up here on.
Nope. It's
Drum?
a drum. Yep.
I was just gonna say, sometimes it's tough up here. You'll get them in this clear water, and they'll roll, and they're at a golden color to them, and you get all excited. So you fight it and fight it and fight it, let it go, and then it gets to the boat.
Well, the only thing that the only thing that I've realized, and like that one right there did it exactly as as soon as it did that, I knew it was a drum. I saw it, but they just nosedive. They don't even try to come up and jump. They just nosedive, and they just keep going straight to the bottom. But that one was probably pushing 23, 24 inches. You know, it was a big drum. I'm happy that it broke me off actually right at the boat. So that way I don't have to mess with getting it off.
Slimy mess.
Yep. Well, and those things once your bait's covered in all that slime, you almost want to retie anyways. It's like catching a catfish. You want to cut all that line off that they just covered in slime.
See, golly, dude.
Well, I guess we're having some technical difficulties with Pride right now. Jeremy Baker says that it is a black screen, so
Mm.
I don't know. I have a check mark on my end, so hopefully it will get up and running.
It was pretty cool. My nephew, he's camping with my wife right now, and I called her and was talking to them for a little bit, and he comes on the phone and he's like, "Yeah, I was watching you catch a fish." He's like, "That was a big fish." I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, I've been trying to get him out on the water with me, and taking him out to one of the local lakes and stuff, but yeah, he was all super excited because he got to watch me catch a fish.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's always nice when your family can see you.
Yeah.
My daughter
I
messaged
know
me
Jeff.
earlier.
Yeah.
She actually messaged me just a little while ago and says, "We're driving to Temecula." She lives in California, and she's like, "And we're watching live right now." And I was like, "Oh crap, I should probably get on." That was earlier with the YouTube one, and it's like, "Oh no." I just been so hyper focused on my adjustment, like I didn't even get on. But yeah, it's definitely cool that family and friends and everybody can watch live
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
Well,
get to see that.
and I think the big thing is like this adds a whole new aspect to it because like I know 4 or 5 years ago when I tell my parents and stuff, "Oh yeah, I'm driving to Tennessee for a fishing tournament." Now they get to watch it and they get to see why I drive to Tennessee. Even if I don't win, I still went and had a good time. But now they get to see that live. I'm not just sitting there telling them about it. Makes me seem a little less crazy when I spend all the money I do on fishing gear, I guess.
Right? Makes them know you know what you're doing.
Yeah, right. Well, or at least I act like I know what I'm doing, and the fish just like to play along.
Right?
The fish are they feel bad for you.
Got a big old freighter coming through right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at. You got another one. Oh no, that one's going up towards the north
Yeah,
end.
that one passed us a long time ago.
Yeah, those things don't move very fast.
Well, they do push a lot of water though.
Oh yeah.
So how big is St. Clair?
Oh,
I don't know the square miles or anything. It's
but
definitely our
half of the
biggest
lake.
body of water.
Half of the lake though we can't fish because it's Canadian waters.
Ah, okay.
So we are limited to. I mean, I wouldn't say half of it. I would say like, I think almost 2/3 of it is probably on the U.S. side, at least on the northern end. But we are limited as to not being able to cross that border.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I just figured you could go wherever you wanted.
No, right
Nobody
now with everything and the lockdowns, they're actually closed up. Their borders are completely closed up. Here, I'll
How'd they
swing
open
around
them
and
back?
see if you guys see that thing behind me.
Oh wow.
It's literally right there.
Yeah, nothing makes you feel smaller on a kayak than when one of those freighters comes past you.
Yeah, that's
And they push about an 8-foot wall of water in the front, and then they got nice big 4 or 5-foot rollers come out the back once they pass you that you gotta, roller coaster over.
Mm-hmm. Or if you're in the river, you just get yachts that are 40-foot yachts going through full speed
that sounds like fun.
that throw 4-foot rollers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you've never been to this lake, it's definitely one of those lakes that not even just for the fishing, but this is one of the, like, you look at it from a Google Maps view, and the color that the lake shows on Google Maps does it no justice. I mean, it's that perfect emerald shade of green that we don't have on many other lakes in Michigan until you get up towards the northern part of Michigan, up into Traverse City and stuff like that. But everything down this way, inland lakes are all that muddy brown green color, where this, like I said earlier, 14 to 15 feet, when that sun's overhead, you can see weeds on the bottom.
Yeah, Canyon Lake is like that here in Texas. It's so pretty,
Mhm.
but I can't catch fish on it. So, but it's a nice lake to go. Just enjoy the view.
I just wouldn't mind some wind right about now.
I'm getting a little bit of a chop up here on the north end, but I think it's mainly boats because it's not, there's not much wind.
0. It's getting hot.
Yeah. Still pretty hazy up here though. We don't have the sun's tucked behind clouds, and that's the thing. I mean, you're not, what'd you say, like 7-8 miles away, and we're almost fishing completely different conditions. I mean, I'm fishing in overcast with some maybe 7-8 inch waves coming through, but
Yeah, Kyle, I'm not going back to Canyon for a while, but I may hit it up this fall and see what's going on. It's probably one of the few lakes this far south that have smallmouth in it.
Wow.
They're not very big, but
Neither are mine today. Actually, one was decent, but I've caught a bunch of others I can't even measure.
Sam, we lost your video. I don't know what happened or if you did that intentionally. And we lost Zach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Right,
is
go
the
ahead.
studio full?
No, there's only just us in here right now. Got some people asking for an update on the leaderboard, so I'll go ahead and do that again real quick
All right.
while we're trying to figure out what's going on with Pride. Okay, so we got Washington Warhawks with 60.5 inches, Motor City Ambassadors with 169, Alabama Hammers with 164, Indianapolis Knights with 151.5, Rhode Island Rebels with 162, Pennsylvania Bronzebacks with 151.5, Louisiana Hurricanes with 138, and Arkansas Hogs, oh wow, 120.25. They came back. So the spread is closing. And then Tar Heel Lunkers has 30.75, and Carolina Casters has 29.75.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that gap's going to close up on us on our match here. There's some hammers that are still not marking or putting up fish yet, so
Yeah, it
Yep.
happens.
that
Yeah,
gap
Kyle
will
said
close.
Scott has 50 not posted, so with the Arkansas Hogs. And I didn't
wow.
look to see if he had posted any. We lost Sam too. That's 3. I would expect more people to be jumping on here pretty soon, but
Let's say if it's full, I can jump out.
no, it is not full. No worries about that. The puppies have went to sleep, so they're nice and quiet now. Got all their energy out. Okay, we got Zach back. Let's get him back
Yeah,
in here.
and I'm actually hooked up right now too.
Oh,
A decent fish. My wife called, and my dog got bit by another dog.
oh no.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we were talking about largemouths getting taken off of our board, and I guess I just can't get away from them.
Awesome.
So we'll have another largemouth going on the board.
Can't be discriminating against bass,
No, if it's scoreable, we'll take it.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll take one largemouth to get rid of a smaller one.
Okay.
This thing's got a really weird jaw, though. Hopefully it doesn't screw the picture.
The fish on this lake get caught a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got a pretty good underbite. But 17 or 16 and 3/4.
Well, that will knock your smallest one off, so
That's a 2-inch upgrade.
yeah.
Good deal.
Go back to the depths.
So Nick,
Yeah,
did you make
yeah,
a big
that's-
move? Or
What's that?
And so I guess
Did you
that's
make-
what we're after. So it's
did you make a big move? Are
Um,
you
No, I'm trying not to break my motor right now. I'm getting real shallow here and starting to hit boulders and stuff.
that's not good.
I'm just sticking with the game plan for the last 2 hours. I'm getting some bites, but not, like I said earlier, not a ton of bites by any means, but they're the right bites. I'm getting, I would say, I probably have a 17 and a half inch average fish right now. So
Oh my god! That sucker went all the way over the front of my boat. Not even that big. Dang. There we go. Man, I set the hook on this guy, and he didn't even want to stay down at all. He rocketed right up and over the boat. It was kind of funny. And the hook come out in the net. Yeah, he's going to be, he's only 15 and a half.
Well, that's- anyway,
Oh,
yeah. I don't know what our small is yet right now, so we'll
let me see.
take a look real quick.
yeah. I don't know because I just uploaded that one.
Right.
1575.
Well, good deal. This one's 15.75, so I can throw it back.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. No, that's 16. Ah, 1/4 inch.
There we go. 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch matters, Jeff.
Hello.
How many tournaments I've lost to get to 1/4 inch?
You got a fish here? Hold on. Let's get you on the big screen.
Good morning.
Oh boy.
Ooh-wee.
Nice one.
All right. All right. Let me set up my phone.
What are you fishing with, Nick?
I'm throwing a whopper plopper. I've been pretty much throwing it all day besides that and the jerk bait. But since about, I don't know, better than they were this morning. So it covers more water than having to just work the jerkbait all over the place. So, and it's getting a pretty big bite.
Okay, Jeremy said we're up and running on Pride Network now. So
All right.
now watch your language.
You know us too well, Lisa.
I know.
Man, I wish I would have brought some sunscreen now. Whew. Getting burnt.
Oh, I guess it's starting from the beginning. So Jeremy said we're way far behind. So I don't know. I don't have it on. So
I wonder if being live, I mean, I know when you jump into a video, like it might bring up that beginning thing, but then it might jump into where we're at now. Who knows? So,
yeah,
I've done that. I've done that before where I click on the live link on Facebook to like watch it after something, or like once you've already started, and it'll do the intro, but then it jumps right to where we're at or whatever.
Yeah, and I know there's a bit of a delay, but it's not much. So
Yeah.
So now that we're up and running, I will. Well, I guess I don't have to show it. If it's behind and it's going to show the whole thing, I don't have to show the leaderboard again right now.
There we go. That's a fighter.
We got Zach with the Motor City Ambassadors hooked up, bringing in one.
Might be a sheep's head. It's diving pretty hard. And I don't see gold. We'll see. Horse it up here real quick. Yep, that's a sheep's head. I'll show you here in a second why it's tough to catch these out here, because this one has what Jeff was talking about earlier, where it's extremely gold colored, and it's just yeah, it makes it tough because you hook into a good one, and you see it come up and you see that gold color, so you can see.
Hi, how are you?
You can see how it's got a little bit of gold on it, and when that flashes underwater, it's you sit there and you just start to think to yourself, you know, I got a monster smallmouth on, and then you pull it up a little bit further and it flails to the side, and you realize, you know, it's not a smallmouth, it's a drum, and it's just going to sit there and keep yanking down.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the biggest drum I ever caught. It was the gold color. I actually caught it up on Saginaw Bay, and it was extremely gold. And I started like screaming because I thought I had a world record smallmouth. and then I get it up. I'm like, never mind. Don't worry about that fish.
So Dan, how are you doing today?
Good. How y'all doing?
Great. I don't know why my camera keeps going out.
I'm sorry, what?
My camera keeps
There
shutting
we go.
off for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. So how big was your fish, Dan?
Yeah, 19 and a quarter.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it was stout though. I thought it was bigger. I always overestimate.
Don't we always
everything.
hope that?
We always think it's bigger.
I'm the world's worst at that.
Ooh.
Well, when you go for a while without a bite and then you get one, it feels like a
Yeah.
monster.
Oh yeah.
You start putting so much pressure on yourself.
I'm just a positive person.
start getting-
Good.
I'm cup half full, so I always think the fish is bigger, you know.
I start getting hesitant when I haven't had a bite in a while. And I'm like, is that really a fish on there? Should I set the hook?
Yeah.
I think this is the longest that I've ever went without fishing. I didn't fish last weekend. And I'm not fishing this weekend either. But next weekend I'll be in Arkansas facing the hogs.
Oh, okay.
Just had a nice Saginaw or St. Clair rogue wave almost hit me. I wasn't paying attention. Sitting here just trying to jig this, and my whole rod goes underwater. I'm like, oh no.
I was on a lake a few weeks ago, and this big wave runner boat came barreling through, and I didn't think anything of it. And then a little while later, I thought I was on Whitewater Rapids.
Yeah. It can change, you know. That's the biggest thing about kayak fishing is that I think our respect for water's got to be some of the highest.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, we were talking earlier about like being able to go out and test your limits so that way when water does get bad, you know, knowing what you can handle. And even those days that you want to go out and you want to test your limits, like it's tough. Like you want to be sharing your location with everybody and wearing a PFD and letting everybody know this is where I'm going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. There are definitely some places that I fish that I let people know. I'm launching here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going this direction. What are you tying on there, Dan?
It's just a white dirty jigs, 3/8 ounce swim jig with a striking rage menace. And the secret.
Get it, Jeff. Get it.
God.
Bang!
I dropped right down on him. I saw him on my graph. It's a little better.
So he's
one.
that big.
He was easy to see. So I spun the boat around and kind of dropped over my left shoulder. I don't ever really cast to the left that often. I just had to get that in the water quick. And he bit it. He fell for it. Now I'm gonna get up here. It's not giant. Hopefully be an upgrade though. Okay. Yep, and just like typical fashion in St. Clair smallmouth, his mouth is all chewed up.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look at that one.
Yeah, he's not gonna be a giant, but I'm thinking he's gonna help. Yeah, he's about 17.
Nice.
But we need to put in the work, though. You know, again, we've got some hammers that are up here trying to kick our butts, so we got to keep grinding it.
Yep.
I know
That's
that
when
Washington team, they're itching for that first win, and we've had conversations at camp, and they want to provide us with that loss, so, and their first win.
Well, that and then it goes all the way back to a season opener road victory by, you know, when we drove to Potomac and, you know, we beat them on their home waters. You know, the last thing they want to do is come up here and go 0-2 against us. You know, they want to come up and redeem themselves for having us come down and beat them on their home waters.
Everybody's needing to win on their home waters.
Oh yeah.
That's a pride thing, right?
Got to protect that house.
Yep. $17.25.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice 2.5 inch upgrade or something.
Yeah, your smallest is 16.
Okay. Now it is right after that one.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
no. I don't think he's posted that one yet.
Oh,
No,
The
okay.
one that he posted, I think, or his last one that he caught knocked the 15 or whatever off.
Oh, yeah. You said you said it just squeaked out 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got two 16 inchers.
Sounds
Good
like we
deal.
got a little bit of work left to do.
Yep, get him in the water. Yeah, his lips all messed up.
Let's see.
Thank you, sir.
It's ma'am. No.
That one was a sir.
Yeah, I'm just giving you.
Jeremy said the border is blocking off people's names, so we'll just get rid of that. How's that, Jeremy? I'm sure it's not going to be immediate, but
It's gone according to here.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're talking about that delay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like the look of that. Get over here.
Wow, he broke my knot and everything.
Oh, wow.
That was a lucky land right there.
Well, that one from earlier, as soon as I got him in the net, the hook came out of his mouth.
Yeah, that's what happened with that one just now. But it also snapped my line and everything.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yeah, when they're in the net.
Yeah, right. I don't even have to reach in to get him.
It's not when it sends your line back in your boat without him on the end of it.
No, that's not fun.
No.
I had a few that once I netted them, the hook just fell out. I'm like, how did you even get up here?
My tracks out here look like a pretzel. They're just winding. There's like 3 straight lines and then zigzags across all 3 lines.
So Dan, who do you fish for?
Alabama hammers.
Oh, Alabama. Y'all are you're the first of the Alabama hammers on today, so
Oh yeah. There you go. I sent everybody else a link. Maybe they'll jump on here soon.
okay. Y'all got about a 10-inch lead.
Nope. All right. We'll see. We knew Indiana's going to give it, going to put it on us. So
Yeah.
Oh, they made us work for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say they pushed us right to the end.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Sam?
also due to some technical difficulties, but still.
Well, it was a good match. It was a fun
Yeah,
match.
they're a good team. A lot of good anglers on that team.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of good anglers in this league. Just getting to watch all these guys different styles and everything like that, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's what makes it so difficult.
Last night we all got together and went to dinner. It was cool.
We've been trying to make that a staple for every event, and fortunately we've been able to do that, and it's a lot of fun really getting to know people off the water, getting to meet all these names that you've known or haven't seen in a while. Maybe you've already traveled and matched against them individually, and it's nice to be able to catch up and meet others and really build that camaraderie within the league, and it's a lot of fun. So we I don't want to say we mandate it, but we definitely make an effort to, hey, what you guys doing at this time? Can we get together and have some dinner? So it's a lot of fun.
It
Yeah,
can
it
be tough
definitely is.
people living so far away from the lake and stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
I really try to do it. The people are like half the fun of this,
Right. It's like this event. We actually coordinated ahead of time, and we've all got campsites all next to each other and everything. So we're hanging out every day after practice and all that. It's a good time.
Yeah, me and Greg went golfing together yesterday.
Yep.
a big cottonmouth on a tree right here.
It doesn't always have to be cutthroat, right?
No, only on the water. Our last matchup that we had against the Bandits, I didn't fish the event, but I went out because the lake was like 20 minutes from my house, and it's probably the first time I've been out on my kayak without anything on it.
Mhm.
And I just trolled around and talked to everybody. It was so nice.
Yeah. Our team captain, Matt, he did that on our Fletcher's event. He didn't even really come up to anybody. He just sort of cruised the shoreline and kind of,
Mhm.
ran all around and kind of did his thing. He had his son with him. So, but it was brutal for him, he said, to just watch the
Well,
leaderboard and not participate.
especially with him, even our home events, because he lives in the UP, so any of our home events are 5 to 6 hour drives for him, and to drive 4 hours basically to just cruise around on your kayak. I mean, it'd be tough.
Oh yeah.
But it's to cheer the team on. It's part of it. And he's, every bit of support's, important. It's a lot of fun.
Oh,
Makes
yeah.
it even that much more fun.
Yeah, I was going to go out to a
All
couple
right.
more. I ended up broadcasting, so I was glad to finally make one that I wasn't fishing.
I see why. What is it? Katuchi wears those tights. Man, my legs are burnt. I don't know if you'd be seeing me wearing those. I don't think I have the form for it. I just had to throw some water on my legs because I'm sitting here and they're just burning. Now that sun came out, nice and toasty.
Seems like they would be hot. I don't know that I want to wear anything on my legs.
Yeah.
I just use lots and lots of sunblock. We got update on the leaderboard. I'll go ahead and share it here since we're gonna close this. Okay, we got Motor City with 175 and a quarter. And Washington still has 60 and a half, but I'm guessing they have more. Alabama Hammers has 173. The Knights have 159 and a half. Louisiana Hurricanes with 138. Arkansas Hogs are closing in real fast with 135 and a half. Pennsylvania 167 and a half. Rhode Island 164. Carolina Casters with 44 and Tar Heel Lunkers 30 and 3/4. I don't even know that they're fishing. We got Hey Kyle, if you're still on here, it looks like somebody posted to an old link, or they posted to the link for tomorrow's. William Kennan has it on the Bandits matchup. Oh well, that's the wrong team anyway. I don't know why I get them mixed up. Kyle is Arkansas. Jeremy. Yeah, your teammate is posting to the wrong matchup. So, oh, it's posted on both. Okay. Kyle said Jeff isn't blinking. Where'd everybody go? Came back and Zach's gone and
There we go. I'm back.
okay.
I just posted up that fish, so.
Oh, okay. Did you catch a fish? Did I see it?
It's that 17 and a quarter I did
Oh,
a
okay.
while ago. I just realized I didn't. You said scoreboard update, and I was like, oh no, I didn't put that up yet. But yeah, I just found out that you can still do it and stay on. I guess it must drop video though.
Yeah, it drops the video. It like freezes your face in one position. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't mind. Yeah, so now y'all have 176.5.
Good deal. Yeah, we just got to keep plugging away. Got our limit now, and just keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Yeah. You know, when I'm out fun fishing, I would prefer there not to be any wind, but then it gets so hot and you get that little light breeze blow through it and you're like, oh my gosh.
Well, see, on a lake like this and so much pressure that this lake has, the clarity of the water, you absolutely have to have some sort of ripple on the surface. When it slicks off, the bite usually shuts right down too, and it makes it really, really difficult and finicky. You almost have to surprise them with baits. You drag something in front of them, they almost don't. They see it coming, they don't care because they know you're near them. They see you. So yeah, it can be a little difficult when there's zero wind, but right now we've got a breeze coming through and it's starting to create a little bit of a chop. No rollers or nothing, but it's rippling the surface, so hopefully it can change the bite as well.
Well,
turn them on
Jeff,
a little bit more.
Your camera still isn't working. Still you're posting.
It shows it on my end that it is.
Huh, I don't see it.
Well, I guess I'll have to jump out. Maybe we're fibbing. I'll have to jump out and jump back in, I guess.
Maybe so. You may be fine. You may just not be on my end. We have the other guy down here. Welcome. Oh, and he left. I spoke to him and he left. Maybe he was expecting somebody else. I'm really surprised there's not more people jumping in here.
Well, that's why I was asking earlier. Is if there's people trying to get in or full, I was like gladly jump out.
No.
Usually it's usually pretty full.
Yeah, it usually is.
Maybe the fishing's that tough, and and people are just hyper focused, like I was this morning.
Right.
It happens.
I reshared the link in the owners group so that way if it got lost in the feed, it was there.
There's another one right back there. Let's see if I can get him. Spin around.
It's like you got some grass patches and stuff down there, Dan.
Yeah, I've been bouncing back and forth between the main lake and kind of back a little bit, so it's definitely changed some from this morning. So yeah, fishing grass, fishing wood, fishing points, just a little bit of everything. That's usually Coosa River though, like junk fishing. You just have to fish whatever you see in front of you. And it's not always a pattern. It's just running water and and trying to find productive areas.
Yeah.
So you're able to break down the waters and find those that'll produce rather than just sort of beat the bank.
I would like to. I would like to think so, but
I just like because river fishing for me sometimes it's usually what will wind up doing is sort of beat the bank. Well, some things can become predictable. Some things can become predictable, but finding, like you just said, areas that are productive is sometimes a challenge, I guess.
Well, the Coosa River is actually a lake. It's Neely Henry Lake, but they're all dammed up. So it's just a bunch of different lakes that are separated by, they're all the Coosa River. So it's kind of its own beast. It's not like a river in the traditional sense of
Okay.
a river, Susquehanna or something like that. It's more,
Okay.
yeah, it's a hybrid, I guess.
Welcome back, Jim.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's good to be back. Nice short little break. What are we talking about?
Well, first, do you see Jeff's video?
I do not.
Is his face frozen on screen?
It's just a black screen on his little corner.
All right. I'll jump
Oh,
out.
okay. He said on his end he sees video, but I didn't either.
Hmm.
And we're talking about Dan fishing the river, fishing some grass, whatever's in front of him.
Hey, Dan, what's going on? How you doing, buddy? How's your day been so far? We're almost out of the morning into the afternoon.
Yeah, I got a 19, an 18, a 17, and 215.
Ooh, nice. That's a good bag there. That's a good bag.
Yeah, it's been good. Coley, I'm sure he's going to get on him here in a little bit. I mean, he's already caught at least a few, you know. And I know not one of them was a 19 and a quarter, so we've got some upgrading to do.
Still, it sounds like you're doing pretty well for yourself. Now, was that all caught in one cluster, or was it spread out throughout the morning?
No, yeah, they were all mixed up.
Were they?
Some main lake, some backwater, some cuts, pockets. I mean, it's just wherever they're at, you know.
As soon as you can find them, you nail them. Other than that, it's hide and go seek, so to speak. Huh?
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Jeff, you're much better now.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Good Jeff.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing this morning?
A little better. Yeah, a little better. Kind of a really slow start, readjusting our bite, and starting to find a few now. Teammate Zach's kind of been floating the team for sure. It's been it's nice. It's nice for the rest of us to settle down still, no matter what's going on. But yeah, we're hoping to put some more together. You know, we do have a lead on the Washington Warhawks right now, but I'm not convinced that that's the actual score. So there's some hammers on the team, and you know, a couple of them really do know how to fish this lake. So anything can happen yet.
I would be in the same boat you are, no pun intended, as far as the mentality towards the Warhawks. So 176 and a half over 60.5.
Yeah.
I'll throw some ringers in there.
Barry T, Mr. Arkansas Hogs, what's going on?
Oh, getting hot.
Yeah. Man, I wish I was with y'all over there, but just needed to watch the dogs and let Scott go fish.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's about sacrifice.
Yeah.
Right? You stay in so the other can go out.
I know. Yeah. Well, I would have just been there, just being there because I'm on Rough Riders. But my boyfriend decided to join the Arkansas Hogs.
Oh.
So, but I'm cheering him on today because you know they're going against Louisiana. So
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
That's pretty
he's
good.
down in the bottom of the leaderboard.
You're the bottom of the leaderboard?
Louisiana's pretty far down there. I don't know where they're at, but
so 138 against 135 and a half. Are we talking about Mr. Corey Hopper?
no, Scott Robertson. I don't think he's even posted his fish. He has 50 inches though.
You got to make sure you text him and say, "Hey, what's going on? Where are all the fish at?" Give him a
Well,
little
he showed
motivation.
up to me.
Wow.
He had to see if I approved of him before he posted them.
So we got Colin McGowan, Gregory. I'm afraid to try to pronounce his last name because I do not want to chop it up. I really don't. Zach Solier, in third place. You bring up the top 5 for you. Dan Perry bringing up number 4 with 84.5 inches. Mike LC, number 5 with 73.75. Trailing just behind him at number 6 slot, Nick Audi with 69.75.
And when I said at the
So
bottom,
fact of the day today.
bottom of the standings,
I didn't go that far. I stuck with the top 5, and then I gave it 6 just to give a little tinge here for the top 5. So fact of the day, what is the date for the largest bass on record caught? Lisa, I'm going to give this one to you.
Since
If you
you're
can't
asking,
Google,
I'll
there's no
say it's
Googling.
today.
Fact of the day, brought to you by Mother Nature. Huh?
I would say it's today since you're asking.
The biggest bass on record, world record. What's the world record bass? What date were they caught?
I have no clue.
That's okay. I can give you multiple choice. Ready?
March
Okay.
15th.
March 15th. Okay, that's one guess. That's somewhat not on it. That's not it, but that's okay. Keep them coming. What's the next guess? I heard a break. One more time. Lisa, did you hear what he said? I didn't hear what he said.
No.
Was that you, Dan?
No, it wasn't me.
I'm in Jerry T. He's kind of frozen right now. So
Jerry T, you might be frozen. Yeah. Jeff, what do you got? What's your money on? What's the date?
Let's see. I don't know. You were going to give multiple choice. I was going to wait.
I was going to, but if you yell out days. I tell you what. I'll narrow it down. Was it in April, May,
yes,
or June?
I was going to go April.
You're going to
It's
go
going to be a
April.
spring. Yeah.
Okay.
April,
That's probably,
we'll go April 15th.
yeah. So good date, right?
Last
So
day.
this is why I stuck with that, because we're talking about the spawn time frame and when you're going to have the big ones really come out aside from the fall. But let's stick with spawn time. So we got
are
May.
we talking
April,
about
May,
weight or are we talking about length?
world record. All right. So basically world record is going to go off the weight, but you also have the measurement that was given as an approximation in the beginning until the individual who caught it, which is actually part 2 of the question, how they had it officiated. Okay. So we have, you said April 15th, Jeff?
Correct.
Dan, what do you got for a date?
Say what?
What do you got? What do you have for a date on when the world record was caught?
I said March 15th.
Let's start with the month.
Yeah, he already said March 15th or whatever.
He said, so Jeff said April 15th. Dan, what do you say?
March 15th.
Here comes Greg. I know Greg is listening. I know he's going to come up with the date.
Mr.
Greg.
Matt Lindsman, what's going on?
Greg, I know you were listening, man.
Got something for us, Greg?
Greg, I know you were listening. What are you going to say?
I am here. Holy crap. Taking on some huge waves. Holy crap.
Maybe he wasn't. Okay, good. So, yeah, you can't Google when you're not on screen and then come on screen and throw off the number there.
That's what
Right.
Right? You can't do that. It doesn't work like that. So the question for those who are on right now, if you come on, I'm not going to accept an answer. Not that you get anything for getting it correct, except a pause for applause. How about that? All right, so we're talking about the world record bass. All right, first of all, the year it was caught in was 1932. I'm looking for the actual date, though. I want to know the day. When was it caught? April,
1932.
May, yeah, 1932. It's been standing that long.
Yeah, he was my great uncle.
Yeah. Yeah, if he was, hey, that's some pretty good money to have right there. I'll tell you that.
No, but I think his last
So
name.
we're talking,
right?
what is it? I'm sorry.
Last name Perry.
It is. Dan Perry.
We're good people.
Caught at Lake Montgomery down in Georgia. So we're talking about the month itself. We've got 3 months up. Let's try to keep this real quick. April, May, or June. We've got April 15th as a guess. Give me one, Greg.
I'm sorry. Say that again. What are we guessing?
We're guessing when the world record largemouth bass was caught. I gave the year. Give it the. I narrowed the window down to April, May, or June. We've got guesses out there of April 15th. What are you guessing? What do you know?
I thought it was in June. Is this the one in Japan?
No,
Is this the
that
one in
was
Japan.
No, it was a tie. That one in Japan was a tie.
Okay, so
He didn't beat it. He didn't. You have to beat the world record by 2 ounces, and he only beat it by 1 ounce. Therefore, it's a tie.
Oh man,
okay,
Yeah,
so
can you
this is
imagine
the
that?
one in
that's a
Georgia.
tournament win.
This is, yeah. This is the one in Georgia, right? The one that was
That is
caught in
correct.
Georgia.
Yes, sir. Lake Montgomery.
I thought it was caught. I thought it was caught in June, but I could be wrong.
What do you got for a date?
June. June 22nd.
Okay. Dan, what do you got? Dan Perry, what do you got?
March 5th,
Huh?
March 15th.
March 15th. Jason, what do you got?
I don't know if he was on here when we were talking about it.
Okay. Anybody else that knows? Going once, going twice. So the official date was June 2nd, 1932, caught by George Perry. All right. George Perry. So that record.
Yeah, that's what I said.
was
That's what I
tied.
said. I said June 2nd. Just take off the 2.
Yeah, it was the break in the. So, can you tell me what it was caught on for 50 bonus points?
Definitely a worm.
1932
Well, I know
dead
the
rig.
one in
No, kidding.
Houston.
I know the one in Japan was caught on a live shiner, but Georgia, I don't remember.
So, would you think it would be a plastic or a hard bait?
Plastic.
I'm gonna say plastic.
If it's
June,
no, I think it's.
I'm
I
gonna
think
go
it's-
hard bait.
I think it was a wood. I think it was wood. I think it was a
It's
wood
It was
bait.
wood.
big.
It was. Yeah.
Yep.
It was the Sub Creek Shiner. So the official name, I just had it up, is a. Here we go. So after catching and landing the beast with a Krieg Chub fintail shiner lure, they drove home. Now, here's the question of the hour. How did he have it officiated? Because back then, they didn't have world records that were being held for bass. There was nothing that was being maintained. He is the first of his kind as far as the world record holder. And naturally, you would think for everything after that, there was a precedence ahead of before everything after that. That was him. He's the guy who started everything. But how did they officiate the actual weight? Since there was never a precedence, they had nothing to really go on. There was no one that they could just call and say, "Hey, come out here, Greg. You know the
They didn't have cell
pain,
phones.
right?"
Yeah, cell phones. You can just snap a picture and
Yeah. What,
So he stopped on the
I
way.
thought it wasn't it
Oh.
weight on a. I thought it was weight on a fruit stand.
So on the way home, we got a fish on.
yeah, Matt.
Here we got Matt.
Here we go.
Little guy.
Matt Linsenman.
Hello, guy.
Did I say that right, Matt?
Yep, that was right.
We got a nice bronze bag going on right there. What do we got for a length on that, do you think?
13 and a half, probably. 13 maybe.
So it's
Nothing that'll help, but
Old man. Yeah, that's my world. That's all I've been catching. Crazy.
You guys didn't believe me.
Suckers today.
You got a lot of overcast.
Never mind. I'm gonna hold my comments back. I'm gonna withhold my comments, Jeff,
Uh-oh.
because I'm a nice
Why's
guy.
that? Why's that?
Because he knows his karma is instant. That's why.
Jesus Christ.
You're catching them.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we've got a limit, man. We're just trying to work through some technical issues, but we've had nothing but technical issues all day, dude.
See, and I've been on live here talking about that. The score that you see doesn't represent what's going on because we've got some hammers on this lake that know how to fish it, and I don't believe it for a second.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're all having issues here, but it's all right.
Yeah, we brought that point up before. Like, oh, go ahead. Lisa.
I come to bring good tidings.
You're going to say something, Lisa. I don't want to cut you off there.
Oh, I was just gonna say we've had nothing but technical difficulties all morning.
All
so.
morning. It has been all morning. Yeah, I blame the weather. It's raining here right now. Raining down in Texas too, right?
Not anymore. The sun's out now.
So you get all the seasons in one day. Is that what
Oh
you're
yeah,
trying to say?
absolutely.
Yeah. Virginia can be like that too.
I don't know what happened to Jeff's camera. Hopefully,
Yeah.
he didn't drink his
I
phone.
hope it didn't drop in the drink. All right,
Oh,
okay,
there
good.
we go.
Your camera,
Say out again.
It went out for a
No,
minute.
it didn't freeze. It just looked like it was underwater or something.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good.
No. Well, the new iPhones is when you do your release on a lot of the fish, I like to, if I'm making a video for my Instagram or something, I'll put the camera under the water for my phone. It's my phone, and it's the 12 Pro, so you can put it a little bit underwater and still be good to go, as opposed to like the iPhone 10 or something like that. So
Right.
I got to say, it wouldn't be the complete loss if you could, for in shallow water at least. Deep water, you can just say bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm 14 plus, so with massive current.
You're not getting back.
You can see it out there, right? So you can see down to the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, you can barely see, but to try to dive off the kayak and get 14 and a half feet down in a current, I think it'd be a little difficult without some assistance.
Let alone dangerous. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that.
I tell you, man, this lake is really fishing tough today, man. I mean, it's just a different lake in summertime. It really is.
I was trying to tell Siddiqui that, and he didn't believe me.
And
I mean, it's just different, man.
Zach coming back on, Zach Soulier. And we saw him on the top 5 for the leaderboard. I think he was sitting at number 5 the last time we spoke. But this morning he was talking about the clarity of the water and the difficulty it was, and especially when you got the weather temp, how they're up in the 70s right now for the water, and with that combined with the clarity has made it more difficult, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these fish, you would think, I mean, they're just so scattered, man. Real scattered.
So you're not finding the droves of fish that you may find in spawn or even in post just after they spawn, post spawn, right?
No.
So what does that do for
They
your
typically separate in the summer. They'll group up again in the fall and try to group up relative to each other's size. They'll do that again here come fall. But in the summertime, they no longer are together in little wolf packs, or So if you stumble on the 20s in the spring, even post spawn, you're going to catch a few more, 20s or 20 plus. So right now, no, you'll catch 16s, 14s, and then a 20.
Really?
They're totally random right now. Yep. So you cover a lot of water, and like we were talking earlier with the clarity, you kind of got to surprise them. It's a very pressured lake. A lot of clarity.
You got to catch. You got to catch them before they see you. That's
Jeff. I caught like 6 yellow perch and a largemouth 18 feet out, dude. With an 18-foot hole.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
Yeah,
I've caught a big quality here.
My first fish of the day was a 14.5-inch largemouth in 17 feet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bring those perch back to camp, Greg.
Right?
I know. Well, fish like this.
So with your game plan throughout the day,
Boat
you
washed out
obviously
here.
you have experience on this water. You know what to do because of the time of year with this type of tournament. With the overcast that you have now, do you think everything's going to hold out? Are you going to be able to stay somewhat consistent with what you've got so far throughout the day? Or are you going to have to change battle plans?
I don't think there's time to change.
No, 45 minutes left here. And most of us are at least a mile offshore.
Yeah, so you do have quite a ways away.
Easily.
Quite a ways to go if you did have to move anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the shoreline where I launched this morning, and I'm already thinking to myself, you know, at 1 o'clock when I got to start heading in, it's gonna be a hike.
Yeah.
I'll be back to camp for dinner.
That's the one certainty you have right now, right?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, so Greg, are you in the what type of kayak are you in? I see a lot of pedaling going on with Jeff and Zach.
Yeah. It's a great fish vessel.
I think I missed out on the first part, but
He's got an Old Town.
oh, okay, oh yeah, okay.
Yes. Real wind.
A lot of wind. No, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, it was slick calm just 45 minutes ago, and now we've got good breeze coming through. That's how quick it changes out here.
Yeah, picking it up a little bit. What about you, Dan? You've been a little bit the opposite tempo with where you're at. How is that rolling out for you? It seems like you have somewhat calm waters. You've got a hoodie on, so you definitely have a little bit of direct sunlight early in the day, if not now. I think I see cloud cover where you're at. I know Dan can hear me. It looks like he's frozen. Then we got Mike. Mike, that's not a typical kayak. I haven't seen that kayak before.
Yeah, hey,
Huh?
I am en route to a different ramp just to try to do some upgrades, try to pull something out of our rear end. We're down and out, so it's going to be a hero or zero moment.
All right, I go for the Hail Mary. Change up the tempo.
I apologize for the map that tell me where to go.
No, fine. By all means. You're changing up the tempo to finish strong with the Hail Mary.
Found a little deal.
I don't know. I couldn't hear you, Mike.
Found a little deal yesterday afternoon that it could possibly produce a couple kicker fish. So, that's where I'm at now. I'm thinking about 15 minutes to get to the ramp, but then I've got a little bit of a jump to get to that spot. But fortunately, I get there it shouldn't take me very long to do. So hopefully, I won't run out of time before I even get there.
Yeah, I can definitely hear that. You make sure that when you get in there, you try to hammer it as hard as you can so you can try to finish strong. Like,
yeah, that's the idea. Like I said, I mean, our season pretty much hinges on this event, and we're down by a little bit right now, I think. So, I don't have anything to lose is the way I look at it.
No, roger that. I get that. And that's for me, that's the kind of mentality that I would be into. And I was just in that kind of I was just in that kind of scenario a couple of weeks ago when I was fishing in a tournament, and I kicked myself for not sticking with my gut and trying to change spot. So just wasn't having any luck. And whatever the case may be, we can't change the path, but we know going into the future we can at least try to use those lessons learned and try to, finish stronger and go for the gold or go for that Hail Mary. So good luck to you with that.
This is definitely one of those kinds of moves for sure. I mean, I could very well, not even get a bite, but I could get, 3 really, really nice ones too, and that would make all the difference in this game. So we'll see.
Yeah, I was talking with Greg last week about we had some of our finer moments on the water, and Greg had even pointed out, he's been in certain locations where he's had 80, 90 inches all inside of an hour or two. I've been in that same type of situation. So it's definitely something that's doable. If you can get in on the water and get in that right spot, even if you only have 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. You can still catch a couple fish that are going to add significantly to the board to bring you up in standings. And anyone who's fished for a lengthy time frame, I'm sure they've had those types of scenarios too. Jeff, what do you think about that?
Oh, that's absolutely truth. Just our last event, it was able to turn on in the last half of the match, and for the last few hours, quite a few fish got put up. So yeah, and like right now, I'm going to make a 2-mile march or move and sort of finish out where I'm headed. And I don't want to say it's a Hail Mary, but it's a ditch effort because, I've been fishing all around here, caught a few unmeasurables, some upgrades, but I'm going to make a move right now and go for some size, kind of like Mike was saying. Just do that last ditch effort to try to get a few extra upgrades.
So it does sound like there's a little bit of a change in battle plan, and that's just like different locations. So let me ask you this: do you think it's better for an angler to go in with the mindset that they have to go after the big ones, use bigger baits, or try to get their first 5 up on the board, and then start culling from there? After
the limit's
going
critical.
after the big ones.
Oh yeah, the limit's critical. The limit is such a stress reliever. It just lets you know you're doing something right. I mean, it might not be the big ones, but at least you're putting something together. You get fish on the board. You're helping every other angler on that team to sort of stay focused, stay forward. Teams do now with this format is we might be sitting like last night at the camp and say, okay, let's go on this end of the lake and hit limits, and I'm confident I can get 2 big ones down here, and you break up and you split up and hit the waters with that game plan. So when that guy's pulling through and he's getting those limits and you're still getting a few kickers, man, does that settle you down and let everybody stay on with the plan. So it's critical.
It's like opening the pressure
limit first and then biggins. Say again?
It's like opening the pressure relief valve to get rid of all that angst, that anxiety that you have built up, right? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So is it true to say vice versa then as well? If for example, God forbid you go an entire tournament without having caught anything, and you're getting down to those crucial couple hours that are left, regardless if you had them on the board or not, do you turn around and go for the Hail Mary and go for those big ones and start throwing bigger baits, trying to really go, have a lot of bravado, so to speak, when you're fishing? Or do you try to stay with the status quo with what you had, knowing it may not work, it may not come out to be fruitful for you in the end?
Well, that's a good question. And again, I think I would personally, myself, lean on where we're at as a team. And that decision would be made on our standing. Like, if I haven't been able to contribute all match, and here we're down to the last bit, and we really are desperate for an upgrade, I may switch up, go with a different bait, go for the big one, and do that Hail Mary like you're saying. I think it would be based on where we're at as a team,
That's a good,
because I think bottom line, like as an individual angler of that team, if we're sitting okay, I might just go ahead and keep trying to hammer that out just so I can at least say I got one on the board,
Right.
So, exactly. But if it's a close call and we really need an upgrade to sort of step and take the lead, then I would be willing to switch that up and absolutely go for the bigger.
Roger that. I mean, it definitely makes sense. Zach, what about you?
Well, I mean, I like to pick part areas. I mean, I will spend sometimes too long in one area, but I mean, unfortunately, I haven't had I've caught fish recently, but they haven't been anything of size. So I moved a little bit to try to find some more cover to see if maybe they're tucked in, seeing as that sun's, high noon right now. And it wasn't a far move by any means. It was only about a half-mile move, but I'm getting returns now that I wasn't getting, but I don't know if they're bass. And where I was, there really isn't a reason to make a big move, only because I'm going to find the same stuff that I'm finding here for the next 3 miles, no matter which way I go.
Sure.
I mean, unless I go out to the main river channel. Now, any other tournament, yeah. If I look at the leaderboard after I submit my limit and I'm in second place with an hour left, and I've been catching a bunch of, just kind of not dinks, but fish that aren't going to be that kicker. Yeah, I'll make a move to a different spot. If I know there's big fish, they're just a lot harder to catch.
Find your quality catch over the quantity that you've had. Sure.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is as a team aspect, I know right now that I don't have to make that. I didn't have to make that 2-3 mile move because I found fish, Jeff found fish, Jeremy found fish, and Matt had some. But I didn't have to do that because he had guys that were catching fish still. I was just trying to get those big ones that I caught earlier, and I was kind of hoping we're still hanging out in this area.
Sure. So that's meaning when you guys are forming your battle plan, so to speak, to go in, you're getting on the same rhythm. You're going to cover more water. You're going to be spread out, or are you going to stay within somewhat close proximity by working together and establishing some type of a fan, some type of pattern to where you're intersecting or interlocking where your fields of fishing are at?
Yeah. Well, and this lake, we talked a little bit earlier about how these fish are just roaming. There's no rhyme or reason as to why these fish are really where they're at, other than what they're sitting on, whether it be rock, whether it be grass, or just cruising out in the open. But I could move if this was a lake that I knew there were fish in a certain spot, then yes, that would warrant a move. But with the fish moving, you almost just have to wait and have them come to you when you're out on a big spot like this.
Wow. That's got to be, I know that's got to be a test of patience.
Oh yeah.
To the point where you start to second guess a lot of things, but you have to stay fast in your thinking and know that the game plan you put together at least is going to pay off. And I think I talked to you as well as Sam this morning about that as well. It definitely comes back down to, if you get in that tunnel vision, hey, throw something different, change it up, and then start to go with that if it does work for you. If it starts to get attention, because you can see it on the scope. When those streaks have no fish at the bottom, but the fish is at the top of that streak, and they're coming towards the bait you just threw. Are they showing interest? Are you going to dial it in from there? Change up the color, change up the size, upsize, downsize. I don't really think you have that kind of. I don't think you have that. The ability to do that right now because of the depth of water you're in.
No. Right now, it's just been a lot of, like I said, I've been throwing basically the same thing all day, because I'm still getting hit on it. Whether it's the little ones, yeah, but I'm still getting bites. I'm still picking up fish at the level that I was catching them at, and that's just where they are right now. The warmer water, they go deep, and they're tucked down, whether, like I said, on rocks, grass, or if they are cruising the flats, they're watching to see that bait pop off the bottom, and then they're grabbing it and running.
So just above the grass is where they're going to be hitting it then.
Well, they're in the grass.
Yeah, but if they're watching,
well, I'm throwing a Ned, and I'm actually just putting it right down in the grass. It's like I'm not working it over the grass. They're not chasing baits until it's clear out of the grass, and they want to chase it right up to the kayak and then let you see them but not bite. That's the only and that's exactly what one of them did earlier. I watched it swim right up to the kayak. I threw it right back in, caught a 17, and then threw back in and caught a 19 and a half. And I think the 19 and a half was the one that chased all the way up because it looked big. So, but it's going to be an interesting last half hour. And then, we got submissions for an hour after. And, we've all, like I said, I don't think that score is going to reflect what you're going to see at 2 o'clock. I think there's going to be some fish, submitted here at the end. We just got to keep pushing on our end and get rid of a couple of those. I think our 16s are small right now, and it would be nice to pop, a 3-4 inch upgrade on that.
No, I agree with you 100%. I definitely think you're going to have a change, and it's not too often that you won't see a change when it comes to the numbers. So right now, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Lisa, can you see everything? Can you see the leaderboard on your screen?
Yeah, it's coming up right now. Hold on.
Yeah, so we got Warhawks and Ambassadors right now. Ambassadors sitting at the top. Warhawks is 176.5 over the 60.5. Alabama Hammer sitting over the top of the Knights, 177.5 over 160.5. Like I said, Hammers over the Knights on that one. Rebels taking out the bronze back so far, but it's a neck and neck race right now. 169.75 up to the 167.5, where the Rebels are sitting atop the Pennsylvania bronze backs. Arkansas Hogs or Louisiana Hurricanes. Hogs sitting at 152 over 138. And pushing on down to the Carolina Castors over the Tri-Hill Lunkers, 59.75 over 47.5. And lastly, to follow up, Norfolk Privateers sitting 15 inches. Oh, I misspoke. Wait, didn't we cover the Louisiana Hurricanes, 16.5?
No, that one's an extra submission. That matchup is
single
going
entry that went in. Okay.
It just accidentally got submitted to the wrong leaderboard.
Yeah. So Zach, you're sitting at the number 3 spot right now, top of the leaderboard. Mr. McGowan, Gregory, and I say it every time, and I know you're probably going to get tired of me, repeating myself when I don't want to butcher his last name. I don't want to be disrespectful here. Sitting in the number 4 spot under Zach is Dan Perry, followed up with Garrett Morgan. So those are your top 5. We're to just to change a little bit more. Number 6, still Mike Elsby, followed with Nick Audi, followed by number 8 slot Jeremy Baker, Chuck Wise with the number 9, and sitting at number 10 Brian Sparks. And then of course our very own Greg Nozar sitting at number 11.
Okay. Well, that's the best part about it being a team thing is, you can be that top guy, but, unfortunately, you still got to rely on that team because I know I wouldn't have been able to put that limit up by myself. Jeff put a 19. Jeremy came in big this morning finding fish up where he was, and Matt, I don't know where he's at anymore. But I'm sure he's doing the same thing, and that's Jeff. He had a great event on our last one, and I'm sure having the guys there to help protect that area and be on fish, it makes a huge difference.
It absolutely does. In fact, this team fishing is the great equalizer. It tells you, one, when you're not having a good day and your teammate pulls through for you to bring everyone up to par, up to speed, and up into the race and keep you guys there, it shows you humility, and that's good. And I love that about this, because it happened to me 3 of the 4 days, which I'm ashamed to say it, but at the same time, we've all had those days. Hopefully I don't have too many more. But for you, you're absolutely right, 100% spot on. It is a team effort. Jeff was alluding to that before. Sam and I talked about this morning as well. Brian, we didn't get a chance to talk too much. Hey, Matt, you and I either, all of us and you. Any words of wisdom now that we're getting down to the crunch hour? Matt, what do you got? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you. You got me.
We're just not trying to. I don't want to interrupt your fishing. I don't want to take away and distract you when I know you could be catching.
Oh, you're fine. This is totally new to me. Never once fished this. Took me until almost halfway through the tournament. Catch my fish. By that time, Zach sort of taking care of it, and I continued to get caught about 6 so far, and they're all 12, 15, 16-inch range, with their small being a 16. I mean, that's why you rely on your teammates. The tables are flipped every tournament we've done. It's been a little bit different. I've helped lead down the moment between Jeff and I, and up at Fletcher's we were there. Eric freaking was hammering the fish and helped us get a limit. And Zach was kind of in my shoes, so I'm trying to get that.
The last part I heard.
Out at Fletcher's, like I said, Eric carried the team in submissions, and Zach got big fish, and that was one of the only fish he logged. So I'm trying to follow in Zach's shoes right now.
He is. He's definitely got consistency. You can't take that away from him.
Yep, for sure. But it changes every body of water.
No. Nope. Swing and a miss.
And Jeff, just to let you know, I muted you because you got a lot of noise. He is going fast though.
He's booking. Hey, he said 2 miles. 5.1.
Oh, 5.1. Wow. You got them legs working. Watch out, you're gonna break a drive like Greg.
You feel the burn yet, Jeff?
No.
No, good. Because I would have. Yeah, I would have been.
So Sam, how's it going with you?
It's not been a great day of fishing by any means. I've caught a couple shorts. I think I got a 16 something, and then obviously I caught that one big kicker for us, but that's really been about it. So feeling like feeling not so great. You know, that the 20.5 makes me feel a little better about today, but I definitely wish I could find a few more quality keepers even. We knew we would need to be around 180. Sounds like they're right there. And we just haven't found the quality that we needed to. So hopefully things change here in a little bit. Looks like there's a thunderstorm building up right behind me. Maybe if it starts to rain, things will happen. If I can luck into another one of those 20 inchers, you know, things can
What's the
start
time
changing.
zone there?
We're
Do you
Central
have 20
Standard
minutes
Time.
or an hour?
We have an hour and 20.
Okay, so y'all are central.
I can hear the thunder behind me. Hopefully there's not too much lightning in it, and hopefully we can make something happen here in the last hour. You know, I haven't talked to the guys in a minute, but I do know Mike's making a run to a little sweet spot. Maybe if it plays out, we'll make this interesting in the last hour.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to make things interesting at the end.
Yeah, we ain't gonna let up. I can tell you that much. So it's gonna be a battle to the end.
Oh yeah. And, because now that it's getting down to the end, the Arkansas Hogs have jumped over the Louisiana Hurricanes for now. Washington still is not posting their fish, but they said they had technical difficulties. Got Rhode Island Rebels with 169 3/4 and Pennsylvania Bronzebacks with 167.5. Alabama has 178. Indianapolis has 160.5. And then, so they're close.
We got some little fish. I mean, if you look at the breakdown, we got some little fish. So even decent upgrades could really change it up. But we got to get those bites.
3 in the 14s and 4 in the 15-inch range. So yeah, you definitely got a lot of room for improvement.
So I just wanted to let y'all know I caught a fish just now. Not the same kind, sushi. That's all I got to put up right now.
Did you put it on the board?
It's going up in a minute.
I don't think it messes out.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I'd be one of the isolated entries there, but
right.
God bless my wife for that. Man, she knows me.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
So,
Jeremy Baker's over here being biased, saying don't sleep on the Hurricanes. Well, I know there's fish stowed away somewhere waiting to be posted for the Hogs. So
I keep trying to refresh that, and the last one I have was 12:29. I can't refresh the comments. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, let me. It tells me I have new comments. There we go. Let me go back out. Hang on. And back down. Jeff is pedaling like a wicked witch to the west. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Did the wicked witch to the west pedal? I don't think she did.
Anybody got that sound bite? We'll just throw it in for Jeff while he pedals.
That one.
Yeah.
Maybe on her bike when she's riding, her bike in Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So technically, it was in her pre-form. I get it.
Right.
So I think we have what? How much time do we have left in this tournament?
We got 20 minutes up
Even
here.
20 minutes. That's right. Even 20.
We got Mr. Dan Perry back here.
Dan back. A living legend from the past. George Perry. Is he in your lineage? Were you being serious or cynical?
No, serious.
You're serious. George Perry's in your lineage.
Now my people are from Minnesota.
I mean, that doesn't mean that they can't have another one down in Georgia. Come on now. Don't you know
Right?
this works, the way this works?
Yeah. I,
Huh?
They
I'm
started
sure
in Georgia and moved up there.
that because they wanted to get away from that hot weather. They wanted to go up nice and cool. Huh? Minnesota. You know,
yeah, I don't.
yeah, you know, you're going to have to go look that up after you're done with this tournament now to find out.
If we're related,
Never know. So
Now Jeremy and Kyle are going back and forth in the comments.
they said that when he stopped to get it officiated, he stopped at a post office, and that's where they waited at, was at a post office with a 22 pounds, 4 ounces. And it fed his family for, I think he said 2 or 3 days. It was the bass was that big.
Wow.
I wonder how much weight it lost by the time it got there.
I said the same thing. I'm like, did it lose an ounce or two?
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, I seriously, I think that. And remember, he was the first one that was ever declared a world record holder. So he set the precedent. But by standards, you have to beat the record by 2 ounces for it to be considered a new world record. I think this has happened twice. Twice, both in Japan, if I'm not mistaken, but still. Any chances for a world record with 18 minutes left on the board? Jeff?
Not out of Lake St. Clair.
Not out of St. Clair?
No, there's some big ones out here, but I think the biggest one I've ever seen out here was about 22 and a quarter inches and pushing 7.5 pounds.
Now, I'm curious now because I want to know.
Well, fellas, I'm gonna drop off. I'm gonna make a run. It's gonna be windy, and I'm gonna last ditch effort. So,
Well, thanks for jumping on with us. Good luck.
yep. Thank
Good
you.
luck to you, Matt. Thank you.
Appreciate
Go
it,
get him, Matt.
Yeah, y'all take her easy.
So,
Okay, so-
Jim, I may have missed it, but you talked all these facts about the world record, but I missed the weight and the.
So the weight was 22 pounds, 4 ounces. The length was 30, standby.
Bigger than my catch board, I'm guessing.
Oh, by far. Hang on. Well, first of all, here's a photograph.
Holy cow! It's as big as that little girl or boy. I can't tell.
I don't know if you can tell that. And then as you scroll, hang on. I think there's one more of him. So that's the original photograph,
Oh wow!
right? And then this is the one in Japan that tied it.
Oh wow!
Look at that thing. So what's the world record, or excuse me, what's the lake record for St. Clair for smallmouth?
Yeah, you'll have to look that one up. I don't know.
I already know it, but I'm asking. I already know it. Only because I looked it up, not because I knew it. I'm not that good.
I would guess 8.4 pounds.
Ooh, good guess. You know what though? Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll do 22 to commemorate 22 a day, 22 push-ups to commemorate 22 a day, which represents those veterans lost every day who commit suicide. That's a cause I'm very, very passionate about. I'll do 22 if you can get it within half a pound. How about that? If you can get it within 0.22 of a pound, no, half a pound.
Yeah, that's tough. That 8.4, 8.5 area would probably be. That would be my guess. I don't really know.
Okay, so Zach,
know where I would go from there.
Okay, Jeff, what do you got?
I'll go 7-9.
7-9. Okay, Sam, what do you got? Hey, Sam.
For Lake St. Clair.
Lake St. Clair.
Can you hear me?
I got you, buddy.
9.4.
9.4. Great guess. Okay, so we got some good guesses on the board. Dan, what do you got? Dan.
8.7.
8.7. Okay, and then Mike, what's the what we're talking about, the Lake St. Clair smallmouth record? What do you think it is? If you come within half a pound of what it really is, I'm gonna knock out. Lisa's gonna knock out 22 push-ups. I'm gonna knock them out as well, but she's gonna knock them out as well.
No, I will not. We'll be here all
I'm
day.
gonna say 8.3.
8.3. Okay, so you guys ready? So the world record. Excuse me.
9.3, but you know.
What do you got, Lisa? What's your?
I was going to say 9.3, but I think Sam said 9.4. So
Sam said 9.4. It's 9.7. So Sam, the winner for the 22. All right. You want those now, or do you want them after the tournament?
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take off. It's raining here.
I say, yeah. Do you want your 22 push-ups now? Because I'll do it on camera in the background. Or I'll post the video to commemorate that. Okay. I'm dead serious.
What was the weight? I didn't catch it.
9.7. You guessed 9.4. Pretty good guess. I would have guessed that. I would have said around the 8 pound. So
Whenever you want to do it, buddy. I don't care.
all right, buddy.
Right
Okay,
now,
I'm not fishing. You guys are. So let me knock them out real quick, and then I'll show you a photograph of this smallmouth. It's ginormous, or Lisa can. She can actually pull it up in a tab. Do you have the ability to post?
yeah, let me see if I can find it.
All right. 1 second. Okay. So, and I'm curious now. The Michigan state record is even bigger than that.
I was gonna say I want to say it's 10.9.
It says here, Michigan state record is, now this is as of 2018. I don't know if it's been surpassed since then, but I would assume it hasn't been. Otherwise, it would have pulled up. But let me make sure.
I bet you that probably came out of Traverse Bay, maybe.
Yeah. 9.7 pound smallmouth.
I'm trying to make sure I have the most recent up to date. Yeah, I'm not going through all that. So I'm going to stick with this one because I'm pretty sure this is accurate. Right now for the state of Michigan, Michigan state record is 9.99 pounds.
Wow.
Okay. Does it say? Does it say where? I'm thinking Grand Traverse or Burton Mullet Lake.
Well, that can't be right because it's linked to her, but maybe I'm off here. Let me make sure. I don't want to answer officially.
I feel like you could have breathed on the scale and gave it that 0.01.
I know, right? Like, here, have a drink of water real quick. And
right?
Just soak it for a second. Let them soak in a little water.
So this is from Carl's Bait and Tackle, which is like your mystery tackle box. And this is a new post, but it's older than the number I gave you. So I definitely would trust shopcarls.com because I love mystery tackle box. By the way, that's not sponsored. I just want to make sure I say that for the official record. Yet. So 9.33 smallmouth bass, that's Michigan record. And that was caught at Hubbard Lake in northeast Michigan, Alcona County. I'm not sure where that's at.
It's on the eastern side, on like between Tawas and Alpena, which is about three quarters of the way up the state.
These are some pretty big smallmouth. Now, Lisa, I got a question for you. What is your state record as of this year? Because it was broken a couple times. Huh?
I couldn't even begin to tell you, but since the world record is 22, I think it's up there somewhere. I think it's in the 20-ish range, but I may just be making stuff up.
Okay, so right now, talking about the state record, best smallmouth for Texas, Texas.gov, 7.93 pounds, sitting at
You meant
23 inches.
smallmouth? I thought you meant.
Well, smallmouth, yeah. I mean, we're on smallmouth as far as the topic. Now, if we're talking about bass smallmouth, spotted, striped, yeah, we're not going to go through all those rows. But for the most part, smallmouth, that's a pretty good smallmouth. Now, you were asking about the length of the world record largemouth, right?
Yeah.
Coming up on 9 minutes to close in the last turn of this event. Let's see here. Yeah, that can't be right.
Jeremy Baker is on the right path. He said largemouth is what we catch in Texas. Smallmouth records don't matter.
Hey, I agree. My dog looked at me like he was crazy. Yeah, I know, right? He does that anyway. The world record is not held in Japan. Wait, the world record is 26 something from Japan. Wait, hold up.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to go ahead and share the leaderboard here. Give everybody.
Please do.
See if Scott posted his fish yet. I don't think so. Give it a second to jump up on the screen. There we go. Okay, so we got Motor City Ambassadors with 176 3/4. Washington Warhawks has posted more fish. Many. They're at 75.5. Alabama Hammers 178. Indianapolis Knights 160.5. Rhode Island Rebels 169 3/4. Pennsylvania Bronzecats 167.5. That's a close one. Then you got Arkansas Hogs with 152. Louisiana Hurricanes with 138. Carolina Casters with 59 3/4, and Tar Heel Lunkers with 47.5. We got our overall leaderboard. Gowan still in the lead with 165 3/4, all by himself. Gregory is at 146 1/4. Zach is at 119 1/4. We got Dan Perry with 84.5 and Jeremy Baker with 83. Not the Jeremy Baker that's commenting, but the other one.
There's four of them. Yeah. As we learned today.
There's a lot of them. Yeah, Scott still hadn't posted his fish, so he got 50 inches. I don't know what their smallest is. 14 inches, so he'll knock a few of those off.
So, okay, I'm looking over here at Jeremy Baker's comment because he said the world record is 26 something from Japan. If he's talking about the actual length, 26 inches. In fact, even Japan, it's 29 inches out of Japan, and that's the one that tied the world record when he landed a 22-pound 5-ounce largemouth. Now the world record still stands at 22.4 because you have to beat the world record by 2 ounces for it to be considered to be even counted. With that being said, there's nothing I can find right now that indicates that there's a 26-pound bass that's been caught to completely destroy the existing world record at 22 pounds 4 ounces. I haven't heard of this. If I'm wrong, I want to know, please. So the IGFA has to be able to certify and adjudicate all these types of fish if they're world record holders, right? Now, what about largemouth bass for Texas? What do we got for the state record?
I don't know. I like I said, I think it's up there in the 20s. It's obviously not 22. So
Yeah, I don't. It's not even 22. However, It's pretty close.
Yeah,
It's pretty
probably
close. I got to
20.
say, I'm a little shocked. It's not too far off. Everything in Texas is always going to be bigger, they say. All right. So I give mad props to this one. Largemouth bass coming out of Texas, 18 pounds, 18 ounces with a length of 25.5.
That's it.
That's it. I don't have an 18-pound bass in my arsenal. I don't have it sitting on the wall. Okay. But I did read an article not too long ago where there was an angler who did beat the world record legitimately. However, he had to harvest the fish in order for it to count, and he wouldn't do it. My hat's off to him for doing that, because we're out here not just for the sport of the tournament, for angling, but also for conservation. If we start to selectively harvest those larger fish, we're actually going to destroy and decimate the population of largemouth, spotted, and also smallmouth. And the reason why is because now you're taking away from those larger fish up in the food chain that need to be there to be able to provide balance. So for me, it's always about catch and release, especially when you get into the big numbers. If I can start catching 8-9 pounders, even if I did have that 1 in a billion chance to catch a world record, I don't know if I would harvest it either. It's not. I don't think I could do that to the poor thing. He's lived that long; it deserves to keep living.
Right.
The average lifespan is 10 to 15 years, so 7 to 8 is average.
That, and I believe, I mean, if we're out here doing let's say a kayak tournament, I mean, you harvest, let's say, or you catch what would be potentially a world record, you keep that fish, you forfeit your tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, in the rules it states, I do believe, and I don't know for sure on this one, this is what I was told, because we do get a lot of walleye and perch up here, but I was told that you're not allowed to keep any fish, even if they're not the target species. So, we made the joke to Greg earlier about, bring those perch back to camp. But, I mean, we all know that, if you're out here fishing for bass and you catch a perch or a walleye, pre-fishing's one thing, but on tournament day, you got to just throw it back and let it live another day.
That's a great point, Zach. That's a great point. And this is why we do what we do as well, to make sure that we keep our integrity along with the sport to contribute back to conservation of the sport of all those fish as well. Great point. Because a lot of times we may forget that.
And, put aside the fact that who has time to put it on a stringer or put it in a live well or whatever you have out there while you're trying to fish.
It's going to be pretty obvious coming back in when you got a 22-pound lead weight on the side of your yak there, and it's hung to the side.
You burn that motor guide up.
So Jeff, I know you're sitting up in the top there, and that's on our screens. You got a couple minutes left. What are your final thoughts here?
Should have stayed.
Famous last words, right? It is.
Right.
Hey, it's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot.
Yeah, it always is. But if you don't give all your effort, if you don't give it your all, you can't sleep at night. So
agreed. Yeah, so many times
you're gonna go for it, and like I said, we were explaining with position. I had to.
By all means. If you compare it to something, compare it to, say, Tom Brady throwing some of the passes he's thrown. So many other quarterbacks would not have thrown the pass that he's thrown, which would be the game-winning touchdown or the Super Bowl-winning touchdown. And this is the thing. That's what made him great. And so by taking these chances out on the water, it may not pay off today. It may not pay off tomorrow. But when it does, it is definitely going to put you above the rest. You're going to stand out.
Yeah.
Taking those extra risks.
Absolutely.
So we got about 1 minute left on the clock here. Sam, any final thoughts from you before the tournament closes?
Yeah, just another big shout out and thanks to the Yak Shack here in southern Birmingham, Pelham area there, for sponsoring the game of the week, and which was the Indianapolis Knights Alabama Hammers, and showing us a good time last night. Sponsors pouring into the sport like that are what make it what it is, and we couldn't do it without them. So proud to have represented them and fished in Yak Shack Throwdown this week.
Oh, you're kidding me.
You got a fish on, and it's right now.
You're kidding me.
And it's right now.
Hurry.
Hey, I love it. Go solo. Go solo. Go solo. Hang on.
I got it.
Oh my goodness. I was staring at him on my graph, like, please.
Hey, do you still?
I don't think he's gonna work.
You don't think it's gonna work?
I don't think. No, he's not gonna help. But man, they were down there. I've been looking at them. But they're not what we need.
Hey, that you know what that's called right there, right?
What's that?
That's Murphy's Law. That's Murphy's
Nice
Law.
and dark. He's a lot deeper. I'm in about 30 feet now. So.
Yeah, you
He's
should
very
nickname him
dark.
Murphy from Murphy's Law.
All right. See you, Murphy.
All right,
Good job, everybody.
All right, hey, gentlemen, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. All the
We'll
anglers
see.
out there, great job today, and appreciate you guys logging on to speak with us, Lisa.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.
Jim, for joining me most of the day.
What was that?
I said thank you, Jim, for joining me most of the day.
Oh, that was my honor. My honor.
Nice to have somebody co-broadcast with me.
I can imagine you doing it by yourself on a solo. Zach, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying, thanks for having us. It's always great to be able to get on here and, catch fish in front of friends, family, and teammates. And, but I was trying to ask Jeff if he hears a tornado siren too, but I don't think there's a tornado coming in. We're blue skies.
Yeah, it's probably the end of the tournament. That's what it was.
Yeah,
that's they're signaling the 1 o'clock end of the tournament.
Yep.
Telling Jeff put the fish back.
Like that one doesn't count, Jeff.
Exactly. Too bad.
Yeah. But we just got to wait until that 2 o'clock time and see if our efforts paid off.
Roger that.
That's probably the worst hour ever.
Yeah,
It's gonna
usually
be tough because I know I just ran past Siddiqui. I know where he's at. I know where he's been fishing. It's right where I came to. So hopefully he caught all those small ones too, but I'm certain he didn't.
Well, hey, it's not over till it's over. So
Right.
Over that next hour, sitting there eyeballing the leaderboards, trying to figure everything out.
I was gonna say
interesting.
it's gonna take me about that long to get in. So.
Thanks again, people.
Hey,
Great job.
thank you guys so much. And remember, hey, 22 days, 22 too many. You guys be safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one.
Take care.
Later, everyone.